Today we're going to make a grimoire or spell book or Dr. Frankenstein's journal. And I start with aging the pages. I did a video earlier and I forgot to do that. So you guys commented, here we go. This is a mixture of black tea and coffee and just a little bit of water. And that will stain anything that's light. So clothing, books, it'll make pages look like parchment. So you just brush it on or slap it on or drip it on and you'll get all kinds of exciting patterns. And then I use a little watered down acrylic paint in black. You can use brown or other colors to suit your preference. Now I'm putting a diamond in hot glue on the cover of my book, and this is to give it the texture of the cover being open for my purposes. Once that's dry, I'm going to Mod Podge the whole book cover to seal it and to prep the surface for what I'm going to do next and to act as a glue. And you can do this with paper or thin leather or all kinds of different materials. You can use canvas for that matter, but I'm today using a lightweight, off-white, brown colored rice paper. And I just leave an inch around the edge of the book so that I can fold it back inside the cover. And I glue it down with Mod Podge. And then I force dry it with the heat gun. Now I'm gluing on a artificial eye that I had. You can get these at various places, or I have a previous tutorial on how to make them yourself. And then I use some of the same paper folded or rolled to make the eyelids, and they are glued down with hot glue. Once those are in place, I'm going to go back over the eye area, not the eye itself, but the area, with another layer of Mod Podge, and I dab that in to give it a skin-like texture. And then I'm painting that, my choice of color for the being that is looking out of the book. He has red skin, so I'm using a Tuscan red acrylic paint, and I put that on in a dabbing motion too. After that's dry, I use a watered down black, and I add shadowing to the ridges of that are left by the hot glue that I used underneath the paper. Now I'm going to add another layer of the rice paper, Mod Podge it to seal it down, to glue it, and I wad it up and get it really wrinkly beforehand so that I get a nice texture of skin or just something creepy. It helps give it some definition and make it unique. And I'm going to do that in this particular book in 4 separate pieces that are overlapping where my diamond is. And then I go back and I use some Mod Podge on the seams and in different places, again, to add more texture, to also seal it down. After that's dry, I go in with some burnt umber or a mixture of black and nutmeg or sienna acrylic paint, and I just dry brush the whole book. And I go heavier on the corners and heavier on the spine, places where you would see more aging naturally occur. And last, I go in with my hot glue gun and I'm making artificial staples, so like the skin is stapled. But you can do it with hemp string or any other string. You can make sutures or stitches. You can use a cadaver stitch. And there we have it.